And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It's going to be a big morning for us as we welcome in Memorial Day. Celebration is planned downtown Meridian a little bit later on, around 10 a.m. is what we're expecting. Should there be rain, it would be moved to City Hall, third floor, where they have all the city council meetings. Should that happen, we're showing showers in Jackson. We'll look at radar here in just a moment. Our bigger rain that we're expecting should roll in somewhere around 4 o'clock this afternoon, interrupting barbecues. You know how that works. Then we'll have another round around 8 p.m. tonight. Lots of rain. Let's pull up radar. Look at this rain that we've got to our west in Jackson, Vicksburg, Natchez area. And again, we'll put this in motion for you to take a look at how this is working out this morning. So we'll watch this closely and we'll let you know if this is going to be moved or not. We have had areas of fog as you woke up. And what storms we had last night. They were tough. It seems like it was just a few minutes ago. Me and Odie were talking about that. I think both of us just went to bed. It sure feels it. He was up on that emergency management side most of the night, and we were here with you doing weather as it came about there. Looking back here, we don't have any warnings this morning, even back as we look into Waco, Texas. No warnings at this point. Except for that one that I overlooked. There's a severe thunderstorm warning there in Texas, around Rust, south of Tyler. That's the only thing I see up to Shreveport, Louisiana. Nothing in the state of Mississippi at this point. But we'll watch all of this weather system as it gets close to us today as we welcome Memorial Day. Did somebody say they wanted more rain? Oh, yes, we've got that in store for you all week. This is, if you like frogs, this is it. We'll be right back and we'll get into some headlines that are shaping America and then give you your weather forecast as we begin this day. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook. And remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Let's get this day underway as we start looking at headlines that are out there today. As we look around, we do see that, oh boy, let's just save that for another moment there. That one kind of scared me. We have at least 12 injured. We saw this last night as trees. This was a part in California, Pleasant Hill, California. Graduation, storm came up, a tree fell, 12 people were injured. Reed's Tree Service, and I say this because we've got weather all week. If you've got trees overhanging your home, do something. I know I sound like a broken record, but we had 3 homes that I know of that had damage last night. One family was trapped. They were eventually gotten out of their home, but it done a humdinger to their home. Let's see here. I'm not sure that I don't know all the details. This big, beautiful bill. Y'all familiar with this? Over a period of years, this is going to raise the deficit. Is it 22 trillion? And again, I need to know more about this before we go deeper in debt. I thought this whole thing about Doge was to reduce the debt, go in, cut expenses. Salt has got something. I don't know what that's about. But this is not going to likely be easy to get through the Senate. It did pass the House by 1 vote. It heads to the Senate next. But going in debt, I'm just not sure that is the way we need to do this. We need to be backpedaling, getting out. I need more details. Again, I need to study this. But as of this moment, I'm not blown away by anything dealing with getting the U.S. in deeper in debt. One of the things you're going to hear about today, Putin done the unthinkable as he sent in another missile on Ukraine. Have y'all seen this? It was devastating. Even Trump stepping up, going saying this man is crazy, that he has issues. He should not have done that, especially when they were in the middle of talks and trading prisoners of war. And then he does this. Why would you? A good deed done as we go to this in New Jersey is 2 police officers. And I believe the guy, his car was on the train tracks. For whatever reason that he was there, he couldn't get out on his own. Police drug him just seconds away from the train striking the car. They need to be recognized, those 2 officers. Too many times people are overlooked with good deeds that are not told. Now let's be honest, good deeds are never told. Most of the time it's only the bad things. Y'all know that. It travels faster than the speed of light. You know that. Good news takes a little bit longer to get there. But if it's bad, it'll be there before you know it. You know that as well as I do. Headlines as I look at this. Now, we all know that COVID has killed. It has. As they're saying, estimately right now, some 300 people across the USA still pass away from this. But what they didn't tell you in the story is there's 700 a week that die from the flu each week. And then COVID sometimes gets labeled COVID when it's, well, the flu or something else. That's a headline on that right now. I did see where I have never been to the Las Vegas Strip. Has anybody been there? Odie, you been to Las Vegas?
No, I hadn't made it.
Me or Odie have never been there. Of course, Pawn Stars is where that is. They had a reporter that was live on scene talking about crime. She described it. He'd come out of nowhere begging for $1. Harassed her, wouldn't quit. He eventually made his way on, but it scared her. Camera guy wouldn't keep the camera on him. This is, I guess, a moral to the story is never load up your butane tank and put it in the back of a truck. It was an enclosed truck, kind of like the Ryder truck. It was captured on a video going down the highway, and it just, there's nothing left. As we look at this, here's what this is, what ABC 7 out of Chicago, where all that happened. As you'll see, there's the truck right here. Moments later, as it goes by, it does that. Now, believe this or not, the driver of that truck is okay. It was all behind him. It did damage all the homes in the area. But who carries a big butane tank? I've seen them on trailers. You winch them up on a trailer in the open, but, that was news to me. Now, the United States over the last 4 to 5 years has had some issues. And we've seen where being in the middle and being a Christian is sometimes not liked. I still say that what we watched on January the 6th as they tracked down people will later be used to track down Christians. Mark my word, it may not be this year, it may not be next year, but in the future, the way that was done, that was a test to see who would turn in their neighbor. This leads to biblical terms that I'm talking about. That day will come. During a time of when companies were, well, it was the DIA movement, LGBT. They had all these meetings that they made you go sit through. It was a company. Where was this? Let me make sure I'm telling you where the company was. I believe this is going to be California, because he had to file a discrimination suit against them. He was an Iowa man. It's Iowa. Let me back up on that. Iowa. He worked for a company. They had all these continuous meetings, and they were selling the Pride Month shirts. He refused to wear it. He wore a shirt to work with a Bible verse on it. About the 3rd time that he'd done it while they were wearing their shirts, he was fired. Took 2 years. He settled it now. They settled out of court. They didn't want to admit that they were wrong, but that is wrong. Do y'all remember when people were getting fired for not taking vaccines? Y'all remember that? Most of those have won their suits. It was like a time in America where everybody just lost their mind. But again, what I said in a moment, that technology that traced down people from January 6th, you watch in the future of how that's used. We're good now. What happens 5, 10, 20 years from now? as y'all see this next generation of AOCs that, well, are a little bit different thinking than we are. Where will it go? I didn't even know this, but a Revolutionary warship, as they were rebuilding the World Trade Center, as they were digging down, unearthed underneath all of that a Revolutionary warship. Did y'all know about this? And they've painstakingly spent the last 14 years putting this thing back together. It's going on display. It had been decommissioned. It wasn't like it was sank. It had been decommissioned after the Revolutionary War, but pretty neat. Some of it's still around. Arkansas is asking for your help as we go here. This was a former police officer, is what he was. He was a police chief. He is accused of murder. He's been sentenced to 30 years in jail. First-degree murder is what he got. Murder, rape. He escaped from prison. Here's his picture here. His name is Grant Harden. If you happen to see this fellow floating around the U.S. of A. somewhere. Arkansas, not that far from Mississippi, is one of the reasons I bring this up. Get you a good look at that. Grant Harden. Contact anybody by calling 911. He's 56 years old. On the wrong side of the law, is it not? If you see him, let officials know about that. Cucumbers. Anybody, do you eat cucumbers?
Well, yeah.
I can't do it. I remember as a kid, my mama having them in the garden, and I don't know, it just really, they went on and on. They turn into pickles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, not on the vine, though.
Yeah, you had to soak them, and I can remember seeing that in the bathtub, and I thought, oh my heavens, never. And it's like Aunt Bee. It really turned me totally against it there. But there's an outbreak linked to salmonella with some of these sold to some restaurants. 26 people across the U.S. have been sickened by this. If I get my salad, they're in there, they're going away. I always forget to say, hold those things. I know a lot of you love them, but I just can't do it. And as we talk about the food subjects there, the smell of it makes me want to leave and move to Arkansas if I smell turnip greens in a house. I mean, really? If you smell these, Odie, it's horrible. It's like a smell. It's like you go to a fire and you can't get it out of your clothes. It just lingers. I know a lot. There's some folks out there that love it, but I ain't one of them. It ain't my thing. Turnip green breath, nothing quite like it there. Carry some peppermint with you. 11 people have been hospitalized after a shooting in South Carolina. As we look at headlines this morning, it was Little River, South Carolina. 11 people injured. Hate to say that. Do y'all remember the guy who faked it, claimed that somebody was trying to hurt him, a guy named Jussie Smollett? In the end, I think his career was ending, and he was trying to make his name big there, and he did a hoax. Well, he's finally settled, and he's making a charitable donation to settle the Chicago hoax attack lawsuit. They were suing him, I think, for $130,000 for the overtime the police officers had to investigate this, and they should have. It sets an example. If you make up things, the police and cities will make you pay for this unnecessary time that they had to put in. It could have been used that time to save somebody else's life over something that wasn't true. Go get him. This is just downright mean as we go to Florida. And I don't think the man got enough. He, in a boat, drew dolphins in by feeding them. He poisoned them. He's going to spend 30 days in jail for what he done. I'm not quite sure that a man learns over just 30 days of a crime that nature. That was just downright mean. Didn't like it was a speeding ticket and you have to spend 30 days in jail. He harmed something that could not protect themselves. It looked at him for food. It's like harming a puppy dog. You don't do it. There's a death in this, but it does remind me of when the sewage truck hit the bridge here in Meridian. This was in New York. A sewage boat had a fire. One person is dead. How horrible that is. What else do we see here that's going on this morning? The great state of Texas has a bill to require the Ten Commandments in public schools moves closer to the governor's desk. Will it be blocked? We don't know, but Greg Abbott seems like the type of guy that would pass this to allow the Ten Commandments in the schools. Isn't it weird that we even have to discuss whether it's right or wrong to have the Ten Commandments in our schools? Oh, wait a minute, we can't pray in them either, can we? And we wonder why we're in the mess that we're in. Go figure. We'll be right back with your weather forecast next.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia, at docstoyota.com or on Facebook, and remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. Everybody talking about them pickles. Woo, Lord have mercy. Now, I do like dill pickles. I just don't like to make them myself. I'd rather get it out of the little Vlasic jar and makes me feel better. I only have to eat one that way. It's going to be okay.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs and record lows, anybody remember 64? It was a warm day. 96 is what we had. Back in 79, it was 42 degrees today. We have no outlook from Jackson on the state of Mississippi, so we move quickly to Alabama. We show that 87 for the high there. Gadsden about 85, and as you can tell, we got more showers on that western side, which tells us the Meridian area back this way will have more rain. As we get into that, here it is today. Monday and Tuesday, severe weather here, and this will be in the afternoon hours. At this point, I'm looking at this falling somewhere around 4 o'clock. Now, if we'll notice the last words here from the National Weather Service that we're seeing is a tornado cannot be ruled out in this. Quarter-size hail, damaging wind gusts, and we had some large hail over the last 2 days in several areas. Don't play with that. Watch your pets. They don't need to be hurt either. Here's the storm threat for today as we look at this, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That falls right in line with that 4 o'clock of what I was seeing on future radar scans. Again, 4 p.m. to 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., anything east of Scott County. Now, if you live from Jackson over to Scott County, Forest area, your timeline is 1 to 5. But we're really expecting this, and it always changes 30 to 40 minutes up to an hour, but we're looking at 4 o'clock at this time. It could speed up, it could slow down. Look at the heavy rain that we've got here that's going to be from Vicksburg to Eupora, the heavier right there, 2 to 3 inches of rain across the Mississippi Delta. Now, it's going to rain heavy here, but not quite as bad as it will in the Delta area. Here's what we got for tomorrow as we look to Tuesday, severe weather, as you'll see that Newton County, and I know y'all seen enough of this, taking all the way over to Chunky, is going to be a level 2 to tomorrow. 2 for tomorrow. This may change. We'll pull this up here in just a little bit. Tornadoes cannot be ruled out anywhere on this map as this is subject to change. So Lauderdale County still could fall under this, but Jasper and Newton County, Scott County, Smith County, definitely a level 2 already for tomorrow. And we're going to look at live radar and see what it has to show here. Wednesday is not over as we have another chance of severe weather. Again, I expect more of this throughout the week toward Friday as well. Afternoon each time with this. Tornadoes can't be ruled out anywhere this week as we look at these future scans, as we see that our 7-day forecast calling for a high of 90 today, anywhere from 89 to 90. Low of 70. We have a 60% chance of showers, increasing to an 80% chance Tuesday and Wednesday, downgrading to a 50% Thursday and Friday. What does that mean? Well, it's still probably going to rain where you are. As the weekend breaks, it looks like we'll finally get a break with cooler weather with highs of about 82 to 83. By Sunday, we're back to 86. And as we go all the way through June the 9th, still afternoon showers forecasted. Not big chances there, but we'll hold steady, climbing back by about June the 4th to the mid-80s and then headed toward that 90-degree mark each day. Whew, let's talk about fishing. Here we go. A light south wind becoming southwest 5 to 10 this afternoon. Major times to fish will be at 11:30 today to about 1:30. Now you've got a minor time this afternoon at 7:30. You may be getting wet when that happens. Sunrise happened at 5:50 this morning. Sunset rolls in this evening around 7:53, almost 8 o'clock is what we're looking at that. Now let's go back and pull up actual live radar to show where we are on all this severe weather of what we've got. Let's look at today. And here's our storm prediction. And again, out to our west here, Shreveport, Tyler, Texas is going to be that level 2 up to Monroe, Louisiana. Let's look at tomorrow. As we'll turn off this. This is where, and again, this could subject to change tomorrow. From Jasper, Texas, all the way over into Lafayette, Lake Charles is a level 2 as we get into Mississippi, Vicksburg, Jackson, all the way over to Heidelberg, Laurel, Jones County, down to Hattiesburg, Richardson, Mississippi. Union being kind of the line is what we've got there, and it'll go northwest from there back to Carthage, being a level 2. Do I expect this to shift a little bit more? Probably so. So be prepared. Level 2 to the west of Meridian at this point. Level 1 for Meridian, Winston County, Kemper County will be a level 1. This is tomorrow. Let's look at Wednesday of what the National Weather Service is predicting at this point. We look at this severe weather. And here we go from West Point, Stark, Vegas, all the way to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We will have a level 1 throughout the areas. We have this zoomed in to look at this. So 3 days of possible severe weather. Look how big this is from San Antonio all the way to Charleston, South Carolina. You could even go up towards Santa Fe if you want to include that. But we've got some showers and storms that are fast approaching from the west. And it's going to be each day that we do this. We'll be here behind the scenes each day watching. Should it go bad, we'll go live, tell you about it, what happens. Alrighty, 6:52. Look at here, West Lauderdale baseball. We're going to talk about that this morning. It's coming up. Coach Jason is in. He's going to tell us more about it. The big win, it happened in Jackson, Mississippi. Couldn't be more proud. We've had a lot of winners from our area, and we just couldn't be more proud. We'll find out about it, what the game plan was. I think Odie's already wrestled the playbook out of his hand. You're reading up on this.
We're looking at it, yeah. We're going to sell it to the
highest bidder.
Yeah.
We've got all that coming up at the top of the hour. Join us, won't you?
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.